What is a woman? It's a question that a documentary by Matt Walsh that came out a while back, exclusively through the Daily Wire. And it just speculated the question, what is a woman? And apparently goes around all over the world asking that question to a whole host of people. And it raises the issue of the transgender ideology and how that's permeating through culture and seeming to, in a way, obscure the answer of the question, what is a woman? And all of this coming to a head yesterday when the Daily Wire decided to share the movie that was exclusively on their website. You had to subscribe in order to watch it, but now apparently it's posted in its entirety on Twitter, a social networking company that was recently purchased by Elon Musk, who said that Twitter should be a space for all things that are free speech. But you have this issue of Elon Musk having to respond to Matt Walsh. And if you check out the Twitter page of Elon Musk and his reply section, you'll see that Matt Walsh said, "Our film's been posted for a couple of hours. You cannot retweet it. It will not appear in anyone's feed. It has been flagged as hate speech. It's been blacklisted from the trends list. It still has nearly 900,000 views despite that." And then Elon Musk, he says, "We'll be fixed tomorrow." And even Jordan Peterson chiming in on this, saying, "What exactly sensitive about the what is a woman content? I'm not being rude or provocative. We're all here at the Daily Wire Plus actively trying to figure out what's going on." And it shows a picture of various members of the Daily Wire team trying to see what's happening here. And Elon Musk, he had said that commenting and deliberating, sharing will be allowed. Sensitive content just won't be pushed to people unless they ask for it or a friend sends it to them. And he goes on to say that he's working on it. So what happened here? Obviously, I've not seen the documentary. After all this, I think I'm going to watch it when I get on the treadmill today. But from my understanding and the reviews I have seen about it, it's just a straightforward documentary of Matt Walsh sitting down with a variety of different people, from psychologists to even those who identify as the opposite gender they were born, and asking the question, what's a woman? And is that a controversial question? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. 217-629-7970. That's the phone number here for Springfield's Morning News. Have you seen the film? Your thoughts on it? Again, I have not watched it yet. I'm familiar with the content, and I've seen plenty of clips, so I kind of get the gist of it. But all reviews I've seen of it have said it's a well-done and thought-provoking documentary, which is really the goal of any documentary, is to be well done and to be thought-provoking. But it gets to the crux of, I think, where a lot of differences are for the debate about people who say that, a person born a man who identifies as a woman is a woman. But is that really the straightforward answer? And what's driving all of this? And how is it permeating through society? How is it getting into classrooms? How are young people being fostered one way or the other to embrace a ideology of transgenderism? This is a controversial issue. There's no question about it. Of course, I think a lot of people will agree that adults should be able to do what adults want to do and the comfort of their own home and the privacy of their own home. But when it comes to putting this content in front of children, I think that's where people really have some serious problems. And that's the crux of this debate about the transgender ideology and how it is indeed making its way into a younger generation and being fostered by them. So interesting to see this. Of course, the latest that I saw on Twitter this morning is there's no longer a tag on what is a woman, and you could still now pull it up and see it and watch it. But it's a question that is obvious when it comes to free speech. How is this being handled by Elon Musk, who said when he took over Twitter, this is going to be a platform for free speech? Was it a rogue employee within Twitter's company that that decided to limit the reach of this and to have the inability to let people retweet or to see this freely. So interesting stuff here. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Good morning, Greg. I think that the word tolerance is the big thing. We're all supposed to get along. I don't hate anybody that has, this transgender issue, but what used to be considered mental illness is now become. I want to see those people get help, but the X and Y chromosome can't be changed, and problems. They say the suicide rate of all these people is skyrocketing when they try to get something changed, and then later on in life they realize it was a mistake. And I hate to see that happen.
Well, the issue, the issue. I mean, listen, gender dysphoria is a recognized psychological disorder, and that's where somebody feels that they're of the gender they weren't born, and there's obvious implications there when it comes to mental health, and everybody who has a mental illness should get the help they deserve, no question. But we seem to kind of dismiss that. At least some in the public sphere want to dismiss that and just foster that ideology. So it's interesting to see it. But your thoughts on Twitter having blocked this for a period of time?
Well, I mean, I'm not on Twitter, so I really don't know what it's all about. I'm not on Facebook. I haven't got that much time in a day to be looking at all that stuff. So,
well, I appreciate you having the time to call in, and you can call in now at 217-629-7970. I haven't seen the movie What is a Woman, but obviously it's something I think I'm going to have to watch when I get on the treadmill today. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Hey, good morning, Greg. I do follow Matt Walsh, and he is a husband, a father, and he is someone who's very passionate about this issue because he just wants to share what truth is, and he asked the question, what is a woman? People aren't answering it, and I think the problem is that, there's a thing called absolute truth, and he just wants to get truth out of people. The other side wants to falsely equate those who disagree with all this trans ideology as hate speech. And all he wants people to do is say, what is natural law? What does God mean? And this whole thing about having 72 plus different genders, and as the former caller said, this was once considered a mental illness, a dysphoria. There's people who have gone through the whole trans surgery and everything, and they've had regrets. And now our government, our legislators just, I believe, passed a bill on gender sex-integrated restrooms, which I don't know if the governor has signed or not. They want to make gender-neutral bathrooms.
Well, and that would be an option. That's a measure that did pass both chambers, and it would be for multi-occupancy restrooms, allowing for businesses, if they want, to make it a gender-neutral bathroom. I don't think the bill's been sent to the governor yet. Very few bills have been sent to the governor, but that's just one of them. I appreciate the calls on this. 217-629-7970 is the phone number. You could chime in. We'll continue the conversation. So it looks like What is a Woman, the documentary Matt Walsh put together, is now unencumbered, at least to a degree, on Twitter after yesterday having been suppressed. And just moments ago, Elon Musk giving a laughing emoji to Daily Bee, Babylon Bee article. Of course, Babylon Bee is a satire website, but it says, damning leak reveals Matt Walsh knew what a woman was this whole time. And Elon Musk sharing a laughing emoji. Apparently, Elon Musk got involved with Twitter after the Babylon Bee was suspended because of a transgender joke they made about a Obama official who was born a man and identifies as a woman, getting a, Woman of the Year award, but the Babylon Bee said no, it was a Man of the Year award. And they were suspended, and then Elon Musk eventually said there needs to be free speech on this platform. But that was tested yesterday with the What is a Woman documentary being published on Twitter for apparently 24 hours. So who knows? Is it going to be there when I get off the air? I'm not sure. But on the issue of transgender debate and what's going on, the Illinois Times has an interesting article this morning about what's going on at the city of Springfield. And you can check this out at the Illinois Times website, illinoistimes.com. City of Springfield cited for refusing to cover gender-affirming care. Gender-affirming care. It's a term that is used in this space that refers to, medical procedures such as changing a genital one way or the other, or modifying a person's genitalia one way or the other, which involves some pretty intense surgical operations, or it can be medical intervention using hormone treatment. But some who advocate for more access to that call it gender-affirming care. So the headline there showing you the direction of this, but ultimately it says, after being denied health coverage for hormone treatments to support her identity as a transgender woman, a former Lincoln Library manager says that she's happy to work for a Chicago area library where her employer's plan pays for gender-affirming care. And this all stems from this 35-year-old that was managing Lincoln Library's circulation department for just a handful of months from February to November of 2020. And they did eventually get a favorable ruling from the Illinois Human Rights Commission February of 2022. The commission's unanimous ruling is believed to be the first to expressly confirm that excluding gender-affirming care from employee insurance plans violates Illinois' civil rights laws, including protections for gender identity, according to the ACLU of Illinois. So the two sides, they have to come to some kind of settlement here. If not, in the coming weeks and months, administrative law judges are going to pore over this and see what the next steps are. But the Illinois Times article does go in to say that the federal law governing self-funded health plans does not require gender-affirming care to be covered, but Illinois law that banned discrimination against transgender people govern both self-funded and state-regulated health plans, according to the ACLU's legal director. In Illinois law requiring state-regulated health plans, but not self-funded plans to cover hormone therapy medication for gender dysphoria, will be effective January 1st, 2024. So you've got, of course, some conflict there in an understanding of what is and is not the law when it comes to insurance policies for state governments or city governments or county governments, whether or not it needs to allow for the paying of procedures, be it surgical or be it through hormone therapy, to help those who are experiencing gender dysphoria. So interesting to see that story, and you can again read that at the illinoistimes.com. illinoistimes.com has that story of the city of Springfield cited for refusing to cover gender-affirming care. It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and